Okay, let's be honest. You know why you clicked on this video. You look through social media and you see what everyone else has going on. You look at what everyone else is doing and you think to yourself, like, man, like, I feel just super behind. Like, I'm not doing the things that I want to be doing. I look at what they're doing and they seem to got it figured out. They have their lives together, and what am I doing? I don't got it. Like, I'm sure that's a situation a lot of people feel like they're in right now. Maybe you've been there before, maybe you know someone who's been there, and that's why you clicked on this video, or you're eating food and you just needed something to watch. So, if that's the case, I'm happy I'm that person. I think it's super easy for us to look around at what everyone else is doing in life and to think to ourselves that from looking on social media and seeing what they're doing and the life that they're achieving, and then you look at yourself, you feel like you're not accomplishing nearly as much as you should be because you see what everyone else around you is doing, and you think to yourself, man, if they're doing this, if they're doing that, what am I doing? It's easy to go on someone's social media account and look at all the cool and different things that they're doing and posting about, and to look at yourself and maybe look at what you're posting about and thinking that what I got going on is not good enough or inferior to what this person's doing. And I think that's a super natural and easy thing to get wrapped up in. I think it's easy for people to be like, I go to this college, I do this job, I have this hobby, I have that hobby, but they're doing this and they're doing that. That means that they are better than me because they are doing that. And I'm not doing it, and if I were doing it, then I would be good like they are. As someone who currently feels this way in life and is kind of in that state of limbo, and it's easy for me to look online and to see what other people are doing and think to myself that I'm not doing good enough or I'm not doing the things I should be just based on what other people got going on, I figured it's worth making a video and at least talking about it. And it's something I want to get more in depth on in a later video, but I want to talk specifically about social media use today and how your perception on other people online has an impact on yourself, but also how that might not necessarily be true or to the fullest extent that you think it is. So pretty much everyone that I know has one form of social media or another, and if you don't have social media and you're watching this, I don't know how you're watching this, but congratulations to you. That's cool. You've probably been on social media before. You've looked at other people's stories, their posts, their whatnot, whatever they got going on there. You look at that and you think to yourself, man, they got such a cool life. They're doing such new, different, exciting things. And look what I got going on. I work a simple retail job. I go to a basic community college. I have basic hobbies or whatnot. Like, it's easy to point that on yourself, and you see it as basic because it's something you've done and been with for so long that you just think it's basic because you've experienced it for so long. I know it's easy through social media use to compare yourself to one person and another, even if it's something you're not like intrinsically interested in, but just the fact that they're doing something, like they're doing something in your eyes, like that's different or bold or whatnot. Even if it's something you wouldn't want to do, you just feel like, man, they got such a cool and interesting life, even if it's something I would never want to experience. And because they're doing this, and that, and I'm just doing this, like, you're gonna feel a sense of like insecurity because of it, because you think to yourself, I'm not doing as much as I should be doing. Or at least that's something I feel to an extent. And I think by bringing up this point, you probably thought of one person or one like group or whatnot, someone you know, maybe you don't know. You thought of something in me talking about this, and you probably have looked at their stuff and seen what they got going on. You feel to yourself like you're not good enough. I want you to do me a favor real quick. I want you to go to their social media account, whatever that is. We're going to say Instagram for the sake of this. Look at that person's profile account and look at like their most recent post, okay? And then look at the post after that and notice the time difference like between one post to another. And you'll find that there's like a pretty noticeable gap in time between this post and that post and that post and whatnot. And you will see the same thing within your own posts, probably within your own social media accounts, is that you're going to have long breaks between what is post-worthy and then what is post-worthy at this point and then that point. So isn't that kind of strange? It's not necessarily that this person has a crazy, lavish, amazing life. It's that they have things that are post-worthy, at this point in time, and then later on they'll have something else. I think it's really weird how we get wrapped up in what everyone else is doing, even though there's a noticeable amount of time between this thing, and this thing that happens within their life that's worthy of posting about. I'm sure, at least for me, and I'm sure some of the other people watching this, there is a noticeable amount of time between what is worth posting at this point and worth posting at that point. That's just a natural thing. I mean, it's not about what it is, it's about what it looks like. It's so easy for us to think that a person's social media account is their identity, is their, like, a part of themselves, and to an extent, that's true. It's been such a new and different and growing thing here in the last few decades. Everyone is putting on a facade online. Everyone is portraying themselves in a certain way to appease to people, to look like they got themselves together. I do the same thing. I know some of my friends do the same thing. Like, everyone is doing this sort of behavior online. I want you to be aware of the fact that people are putting on a certain facade because it only highlights a certain element of their life that they want to show, and that doesn't give the fullest picture on what their life is actually like. You don't see the mundane things, the boring elements of life within this person because they don't post about it. You know that about yourself because it's your own life, but you don't see that within other people. You don't know what that experience is like for them. It's probably just as mundane and boring as your life is at times. That's just kind of what it is. I can say throughout my time on social media, it's easy for me to get wrapped up in the idea that I don't have enough likes, I don't have enough comments, reposts, subscribers, whatever, you know? It's easy to get wrapped up in that, and you see other people and what they got going on, and it's a giant comparison game based on they have this, they have that, I don't have that, so I must be inferior. I had this issue with Instagram and TikTok specifically where I wouldn't really post certain things because of what I think other people would think about me in regards to it, or because I didn't think I'd get enough likes or whatever on it. And even with this channel here, like, I didn't upload my first video for a while because I just didn't think it was good enough to start this, you know. I didn't feel like, because of seeing what other people do online, people I don't even know, and seeing the way in which they do it, keep in mind they have years of experience on me, but seeing just the way in which they do things and looking at how I do it, like, it didn't feel like I was good enough to have, like, this sort of format to talk about things. I think the bottom line for all of this is that it's kind of just a reality check that we all need to have, that our lives are just as mundane and boring as everyone else's, and the people that we think have such a super cool, interesting life probably are in the same boat as us, and we're all people. You know, we all have the same shared experiences. We all have the parts of our lives that we don't really feel like sharing. Why? Because it's boring. No one wants to hear about, like, just sitting in your room not doing anything, or just how is your 9 to 5 on a Wednesday, you know? Like, you don't really, like, the truth is people don't care about this sort of thing, and that's okay. That's a normal thing. You know, people want to know the interesting elements of your life, the things that are worth sharing about yourselves. You went on this cool trip, you did this cool thing, and whatnot. Like, that's something that most people want to know, and that's what people usually share about. So it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in the idea that because they're only doing this, and this online, that that's just who they are on a regular basis, and that's just simply not true. The moral of this video that I'm trying to really get at is that when it comes to social media, don't let the way in which people perceive themselves be how you view them, and also in turn how you view yourself. You're going to be a little more miserable in life if you do so. It's just a giant comparison game, and that's not very fun, and no one really likes that. Comparison is the thief of joy, and if you let yourself be controlled by the perception you have of other people and how you view yourself, you're going to have a more miserable life at the end of the day, and I don't want that, and I don't stress that upon anyone. Okay, that's pretty much all I got for today's video, just kind of a more laid-back, relaxed thing, I guess, than last time. I don't know, second video and whatnot. So I'll probably stick to a similar theme that I've been going with here for the past 2 videos now, and just kind of keep it running for a little bit, and then switch courses eventually to something else I want to talk about. But figured I'd get this out here and just kind of get my viewpoint on some things here. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video here, and make sure to listen to some good music today. See ya.